I worry when I hear, "Hands up!" Not so much in a Western, but definitely on the ski slope. Hello, I'm Ron Kipp. Let's talk about hands, for the simple reason so that we don't talk about hands. Let's see why they, the H word, should be low on our list of technique cues. What's with all this get your hands up stuff? There is a lot more pieces to the body that are a lot closer to the ski that we as ski coaches need to target.
Yeah, the ankle.
We all know that hands that are up and forward is good for skiers. Hands are a big deal. Hands with opposable thumbs have been around for about 2 million years and separates us from lesser primates.
A Homo habilis discovering his opposable thumb says what? What?
So we're proud of our evolutionary appendages. As upright bipedal humanoids, we seem to want to show them off, promote them. I think we can all agree that we want our hands in an athletic attitude. We like that they are part of the balanced athletic stance. We also must remember that they are only a part of the balanced athletic stance. But does coaching to the hands really make the ski racer better? Faster? Are there other aspects of technique that could be higher up the food chain? Or maybe I should say, lower down the kinematic chain. Is moving the hands around or just positioning them really the way to achieve some sort of balance or ski response on the snow? Will correcting the hands correct balance? Or is balance being corrected by moving our hands? We have to ask ourselves, are the hands the action or the reaction? The cause or the effect? The hands are the easiest part of the anatomy to distinguish. It is only natural that we as ski coaches tend to notice when they are out of place. Relative to the ski, they are also the most distant part of the anatomy. If you count up the degrees of freedom between the ski and the hand, you will have 1,296 movement options. That's a lot of choices. Now, it could be argued that the hands help with balance. While this is true, the same logic could be applied to balancing with the rear spoiler of the ski boot. It's nice to have this high, stiff spoiler, but as we all know, this is for emergency use only. The delusionary coaching cue of pushing the hands forward does not get the junk out of the trunk. The center of mass responds to this hands forward motion by moving the rear end even more aft. Try it. Hands are forward, but the resultant location of the center mass is in the same place. If the goal is to move the center mass forward, the athlete needs to rotate the center mass relative to the ski. This entails skeletal joints between the ski and the skier's center of mass. That would be the ankle. It is the ankle that is capable of moving the center of mass forward.
Ankles, of course.
Using the ankle does not mean crushing the boot. Crushing the boot creates flex, but just flexing is not what we really need. An athlete that is trying to flex the boot may also end up overflexing at the knee. Not that bending the knees is bad, but maybe we need to target even lower down the kinematic chain if we're really trying to influence balance.
Ankles.
What about coaching cues like
Top of the turn, you really want to engage the front of your ski and
Lifting up your toes.
Needs to put their ankles on the front of their boots.
Your boot cuff is connected directly to your ski's tip.
Okay, so our cue is feeling this area right here in this part of the ski. And that's all you think about.
You're really trying to bend the ski at the top of the turn.
Yeah. And then I gotta like engage my hips.
I am going to get my hips over my toes.
So we're gonna move our hips forward.
Pressure my ski.
I'm going to pet the horsey down the hill.
Move our weight forward and be on the tip of our ski at the top of the turn.
Engage the ankles at the top of the turn and drive through the turn.
Move the tip of the ski down the hill.
Move your weight forward.
Put their hips over their toes. Let's just create ankle tension. Bend the shove.
Reach for the toilet paper!
My best tip for getting your junk out of your trunk is to do the dolphin hop. You just rock back on your tails and immediately throw your hips up and forward, making like a dolphin.
Uno de los ejercicios que tenemos para mover el cuerpo adelante es con las manos apoyamos en la rodilla, presionamos, eso hace que todo mi cuerpo se mueva para adelante. Es un ejercicio fácil para hacer y es efectivo cuando esquiamos. Gracias.
If the athlete needs to adjust their fore-aft balance, the best choices would be the joints nearest the ski. As a ski coach, we should start there with our movement analysis and prescriptions. And from there, we could work up the kinematic chain as needed. Think, what can I teach the ankle, the knee, maybe the hip? Bottom line is, start at the bottom. Just because our hands have opposable thumbs doesn't mean we have to overdo it in our coaching. Although there are a few beneficial times. I have to hand it to you coaches. As soon as we get a handle on not coaching to the hands, we will become more handy and appear more handsome. I'm Ron Kipp. Let's be the best.
Hands up.